Chris Thompson, Holy Cross defensive back coach, and you're watching the FanvVew podcast. And obviously, I know the game, but being able to run a room and teach these guys how to perform on the field, it was a learning process. But I jumped into it, man, and I had some good teachers, and I excelled, man, and did well. We wound up winning 2 conference championships.
Yep.
Had a couple guys sign free agent deals. A couple guys transferred out to bigger schools. So like I said, it was godsend, man. The opportunity I had at Nicholls and doing what we did in that time span.
Welcome back to another episode in 2024 of the FanvVew podcast. It's your boy G-Sportz.
Coach Hurricane Hen back at it again.
Back at it again, man. Nice to have you back in the building, man. You've been MIA the past couple of weeks, man. You've been missing you over here, man.
Work, man.
And life been lifing.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We got another special guest in the building, man, on the FanvVew podcast. My dog, Holy Cross on Nicholls State Hall of Famer, Chris Thompson in the building. Appreciate you coming on the podcast, dog. We've been trying to do this for a minute now.
Right.
I'm glad you could come on, man, and get to tell your story, because a lot of people don't know, some of the things that you did in your career, and I'm pretty sure you're going to inspire some people that's going to watch this podcast, bro.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you for having me. Like I said, we've been trying to do this for a minute now.
No doubt.
Glad I could be here, so I'm happy to be here, man.
Well, we always like to start our podcast off on here.
Yeah.
We always like to start it off, dog, talking about your journey, man. I followed you. I remember when you first got to Nicholls, and, 2-time All-American.
Yep.
2-time All-American. Had a 3-interception game. I think that's a record over there at Nicholls State still to this day. You just did so many things, man, and seeing somebody from a small school get drafted in the 5th round to the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then you took your talents to the CFL and did your thing out there, dog. Led the league in interceptions and made the All-Star game 2 or 3 times, and now, you're in that coaching world.
Right.
Doing your thing, man. When coached at Nicholls, what, 5 years, 4 years?
This 6.
6 years.
Yep.
6 years as a DB coach at Nicholls State, and now you back in the high school at your alma mater, man. Holy Cross, helping some of them DBs flourish and do their thing. And this past year, man, I was really impressed to see the type of season y'all had with, Holy Cross having them down years, man.
Right. Absolutely. Tell me my story. How far back we going?
Man, we going back when you fell in love with the game of football, man. What got you going in the direction that you did, being able to get recruited and go play college ball for free?
Just growing up like everybody else, man. I love playing football. Just being in the streets all day, playing ball, sun up to sundown. My dad played a little pro ball.
Okay.
Played at Grambling for a minute. So I guess kind of in my DNA. Like I said, just growing up playing ball. That's all I wanted to do. Me going to Holy Cross, I grew up in New Orleans East, and back then it was still like a little mixed bag. Still had black and white families, and my next door neighbor and childhood friend of mine, his dad was a teacher and a coach at Holy Cross. So
okay, that was the connection.
Yeah, that was it. So anytime there'd be something at Holy Cross, a game or a function at school, he'd bring me with him, and that's how I grew up going to the games. And when it came time to pick a high school, I was like, I know everybody over there.
Felt comfortable.
Yeah, I felt comfortable. I felt like home. And my partner's going to St. Aug, so I'm like, I'm gonna choose my own path. I'm gonna go over here.
How hard was that not to go to St. Aug with your partners?
It wasn't really hard, G, because my grandma stayed in Ninth Ward, so it was right there. And just logistically, my neighbor coach and teacher over there, I could route him to school. Yeah. My grandma stay right there, so
convenience.
Hey, let's do it. I'm gonna see y'all when we strap up. let's get it in.
Right.
Yeah. So I wound up going to Holy Cross, man, and actually I didn't wind up starting until my junior year. I started out a receiver. My freshman and sophomore year, I was a receiver. I had pretty decent hands. My sophomore year, coach was like, "You're a good receiver. I think you could be all right at DB." I said, "All right, let's do it then."
So you didn't have no rebuttal to that?
No. I played DB like in the neighborhood and never tackled football. But I ain't had no problem with that. I like playing the game.
Right.
Let's do it. You think it's gonna be a good career move for me? Let's get
Trusted
in it.
him.
Yeah. And my junior year, I wound up playing. I had a couple picks. Did well. played against some good receivers. And then my senior year, it took off.
Started clicking.
Started clicking for me. So fast forward, my senior year, I had 9 or 10 picks.
Damn.
Yeah, I was rolling. Only cat that beat me in the city was shout out to Ma Trudeau, man, at Warren Easton.
Mm-hmm.
Me and he was going back and forth. But I did my thing my senior year, so I'm thinking the letter's gonna start rolling in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to get recruited. I had nice size, nice length, but that wasn't the case. I had one college offer.
What?
One college offer, bro. That was Nicholls State.
Hold up, bro.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you had 9 or 10 picks your senior year?
Catholic League.
You a 6 feet corner, so that's prototypical.
And
you only had one scholarship offer?
5'11". I'm 175 my senior year. I went to one camp. I went to Southern Miss camp going into my senior year. I thought I did well out there, but they didn't offer me. But yeah, Nick was on pull a trigger, and that wound up coming late. My coach tell you the story. Nicholls was a recruit in the city, and it was getting late. The DC from Nicholls called coach like, "Yeah, what you got?" He's like, "Come get this tape, man. I got a DB you need to come see." He's like, "I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna double back later on. Like, come get it 9."
Right.
He said, "Man, I stopped my car. I can't got the tape, and the rest is history." So I'm going on I'm driving over my pops on going on my official visit. I'm kind of down. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm like, man,
you feel like you better than
yeah,
that.
everything I done did, man. I got one offer. The ride kind of quiet. My dad like, "Man, what's wrong with you?"
Right.
Like, man, I just feel like I deserve better than this. He's like, "What you mean?" Like, I said, "Man, nobody going to the league from Nicholls."
Right.
He's like, "Man, I'm tell you this, son." He said, "If you're good enough, you put the work in, they're gonna find you."
Mm-hmm.
So I stood on that.
But did you really believe it, or did you have to start seeing some success to actually start believing what your daddy believed?
It didn't register at the time until later on, after my sophomore year. You start getting scouts coming around the school. The first time I saw a scout, I'm like, I might got a chance to do this. So my sophomore year, my first year was my first time starting. My freshman year, I just played special teams. I probably could have redshirted, but I played special teams and I didn't play no defense.
Damn.
Sophomore year came. That's when I had the 3-pick game.
Arkansas State,
Arkansas State, playing at D1 school. Actually, that game got delayed because I was 9/11.
Damn.
Yeah, I was supposed to play them early.
Senior, I think. That was 03?
No, that's our junior year.
01.
02?
That's our junior year high school.
9/11, yeah.
That was September.
Yeah, September.
Right.
So we wound up playing them on Thanksgiving Day, my sophomore year, and put me on the map. I had 3 picks. We won that game. And then my junior year, I just it took off for me. All-American, all-conference, led the conference in picks, pass breakups, everything. Block kicks, I did it all.
I remember, though.
Yeah, so after that year, I'm really like, yeah, I got a shot to really go. And you start hearing a little buzzing. So I'm putting in all the work I can. Then my senior year came. I ain't get no action, G. Like
nobody want to throw to.
Yeah. But I'm not thinking. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go to the league. I ain't making no plays.
Right.
But I'm not thinking that. It's a sign of respect, man. You ain't getting no action. They dodging you. So that's good. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Facts.
So after my senior year, right after the season, I got invited to the Blue Gray All-Star game. This was in Alabama.
Yep.
Went out there, whole week of practice. I'm doing my thing, locking down. Had a real good game. I wound up having to pick first series of the game. I get an invite to the combine.
Nervous, huh?
Nervous, bro. Small school, but I'm going. I didn't work hard, man. I want the big stage.
Yeah.
So I dropped my class schedule. I ain't going to school. I still got 2 semesters left to graduate. So they're like, what you about to do? I'm like, I'm about to train for the league, man. I got to start doing this. You gonna skip school and go do this? Like, yeah, it's my dream. So I want.
So you had some people that was on the fence about you doing it.
Oh man, a lot of people.
Damn.
Nichols had to play in the league since like '93 before I went.
Darryl Pounds?
Darryl Pounds. Yep. Darryl Pounds was the last one to go before me.
Hard hitting safety.
I don't remember.
Yeah, he played with the Redskins for a little while.
Yeah, nice career, man.
Yeah, he was a head hunter.
Yep.
Head hunt, like he was like a dummy down version of Ronnie Light.
I gotta go check him out.
Yeah, Darryl Pounds, though. I didn't know about him because I'm from down there.
Right.
So I remember like, he was one of the. That's what everybody used to talk about. You know, everybody ordained Darryl Pounds. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So like you dropping out of school to go train? You think you really got a shot? Like we're gonna find out. I'm gonna give it my all. So I trained, got ready for the combine. Let me tell you, that combine, bro. That was the longest 3 days of my life. Nerve wracking. It was nerve wracking, man. Just the whole process. But you got to understand, they're making a big investment. They gonna make sure everything check out.
All eyes on you.
All eyes on you. So when you're doing your height and weight, you backstage, you just in your shorts, no shirt.
Right.
They call you out there, Chris Thompson, blah blah blah, Nicholls St, 6 foot 190. You walk out on the stage, it's dark. You got general managers, coaches, everybody out there.
They got their pens, they right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, getting your measurements. I'm like, man, it's crazy. So everybody in the hotel, you in the combine, and if a team want to talk to you, they call you or text whatever. Come to the server room at this time. So I interviewed a couple teams, but I go to one room. Cleveland actually interviewed me. I go interview with Cleveland, man. I walk in the room. It's kind of set up like this, but it's a circle.
Mm-hmm.
They got a seat in the middle with a camera. The camera like this. You sit in that chair. They got coaches and GM. They ask you questions.
Crazy questions?
Man, they know your history. They know everything. They do their research. I'm like, man, this is it right here.
Yeah.
On that stage.
Yeah. Now, how did you handle that? Did you have any kind of anxiety?
No, I was good. I had prep for all the interview process. The guy I worked out with, Nate Singleton, Mac and Shieldstone, shout out to them.
Okay. Come on, Nate, that played with 49ers?
Man, Nate got me right.
Yeah.
Nate got me right.
He prepared you.
Prepared me. Board talk, interview process, everything. So
shout out to Nate Singleton, man.
Yes, indeed.
He's still over there at Hornville?
Still at home.
Yep.
Still at Hornville?
He's still at Hornville.
One of the best to do it, man.
Yep.
So, yeah, but I was good. I was ready for it, man. But the biggest question they had about me was my 40 time. They want to see if I could run, because they say on table I was just gliding. We want to see who's going to run. So I wound up running real fast. And speaking about Nicholls State coaches and all that, we had a coach, John Robinson, was the general manager for the Titans. He started out as a scout. So he left my junior, sophomore year, and he was with the Patriots. So when I ran my 40, he was at the end. When I ran past, he said, CT, you just solidified. So you made yourself a little money.
Damn.
And thank God. Let's go, man. So I want to come back home, get ready for the draft, and got my name called, man.
Talk about that feeling.
Yeah.
Talk about that feeling.
That day.
So I had a projection of between 4 and 6 getting drafted. So I had a little small intimate gathering at the crib, close friends and family. But that day was nerve wracking, bro. Like just waiting to hear your name called. So my whole family, they in the front room, they in the living room. I'm in the back by myself.
Come on.
Praying, like, man, just let me get my name called. People calling me who ain't there.
Mm-hmm.
You heard something yet? Like, man, stop calling me, man.
Right.
When I find something out, you gonna find something out.
My nerves more bad.
Yeah. So, but I had worked out for Jacksonville. Had a private that came to Nicholls and worked me out. Baltimore worked me out. So I knew I had a chance going one of the spots. So, 5th round came. I'm like, man, this might be it. Phone rung. Got that Duval area code.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, man. Yeah, we're gonna take the next pick. And so enough. Then came across the ticket, man. Thank God, dream come true.
No doubt,
man. It was a real feeling, bro. So I was elated, man. Fell on my knees, thank God, and got back to it. But I had a little draft party. Ed Dames came in the house and interviewed me and all that.
Mm-hmm. It
was just a momentous moment for the family, man.
For real, no doubt. I'm picturing it.
Yeah, because I've seen it with a couple of my players that I coach, but just to actually go through it, I know that has to be life changing. Just like you said, tucked away.
Yes, indeed.
Get the phone call like that. That's equivalent to a regular person. Like, hey, you hit the Powerball.
Right. You got a better chance of almost hitting the lottery, man.
Yeah.
It's only so many spots, man, and to get your name called, I don't care what round you go in.
Right.
It's 300 picks, I think, 300 something, man.
Yeah.
That ain't, and compared to the thousands that's playing college football.
Especially when you went out, because it wasn't no compensatory picks or nothing like that. It was straight
draft.
Straight draft.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It was a blessing, man.
So talk about once you in the league, because I hear people say all the time that, yeah, you can get to the league, but can you stay there?
Right. It's
So talk about that process, man. You get drafted by the Jaguars, and just because you got drafted in the 5th round, that don't guarantee that you're gonna be the
no, indeed.
long term.
No, indeed. So I had a good preseason my rookie year, man. Did pretty well, but I went to a team that was pretty heavy on the defensive side, so they had guys, some veterans that they were high on. So I was on practice squad. I was active roster, but I was a scratch every week, so I didn't dress my whole first season.
Damn.
So I didn't play in no games my whole first season.
You got to travel with the team?
Yeah, I went to every game.
Okay.
I was at every game, making my full pay.
Yeah.
But I just wasn't playing.
Yeah.
So after the season, GM bought me in. It's like, Chris, you know, we like you. You do some good things in practice. We want to see you in the NFL Europe, get some tape. I'm still young. I'm like, if I go to Europe, I ain't around my team. Y'all can't see what I'm doing. I'm like, I'd rather be here working with y'all. I regret it now, but I'm gonna get to that in a minute.
Right.
So I wound up staying. Worked hard. Going into my second year, this preseason, I'm balling. I'm knocking everything down in practice. Great preseason, couple picks, couple pass breakups, all that. Katrina hit that same year.
Okay.
But obviously I didn't do enough. They bought me in after final cuts. Chris, we like you, but we're gonna cut you and we're gonna bring you back on practice squad. I'm like, dang. All right. I said that's fine. An hour later, Chicago called me. Hey, we want you. I go to Chicago. Mind you, like I said, Katrina hit. My family's still in disarray.
Yeah.
So my dad, my mom, they come to Jacksonville, pack up all my stuff, and get it to Chicago. I got to fly out first thing in the morning.
Right.
So I get to Chicago, man, and immediately from the first day, I'm rolling. First day they put me in there. We doing red zone. You remember Musa Muhammad, receiver?
Big ass receiver.
Yeah, play receiver. I'm doing scout team, red zone. Boom, they throw a fade route. I flip, I turn, I go up, boom, one hand. The DB coach look at it. Yeah, guys, we got us one. But I wound up starting all special teams the whole season. Wound up being one of the top contributors on special team. I started against Minnesota. We already clinched the playoff spot. Went on a nice run.
So was this the year with Rex Grossman?
Rex.
No, this was Rex, but this was
Lovie Smith.
This is Lovie. Kyle Orton wound up starting.
Yeah. Kyle Orton.
Yeah, we went like an 8-0 run.
Okay.
This is 05 season.
Okay.
That's Lance Briggs,
Urlacher, Mike Brown, Tillman.
Man, you were around some dogs on that team. I didn't realize that.
It was straight defense. Defense won a lot of games for us that year. So fast forward into that season, we playing divisional playoff game against Carolina. It's freezing that game. Steve Smith going off.
Talking that shit.
He going off. He killing everybody. I ain't playing no corner. I'm playing straight special team. I'm playing kickoff, punt return, punt, all the special team. It's third or fourth quarter. One of the DBs got cramped up. Now, like I say, it's freezing.
Yeah.
I'm on the sideline. I got my jacket on. He come up limp. Coach, CT, get in. Yeah. Let's do it. So in my mind, I'm like, it's like it might be second, third down. I'm like, you got a new corner in the game.
They about to test you.
They about to test me. I'm built for this. Let's go. Me and Steve Smith. We playing cover 3. I'm press bailing. So I'm like, it's go time, bro. So hike the ball. And I don't know if you've ever been in a situation, bro, but when time slow down, it's in slow motion. So he run a go ball. He running the streak. I'm looking at the ball in the air. I'm like, like I said, time's slowing down. I'm like, this is what I've been working for. This right here. This is my time.
Right.
Everything I want is about to change. We run. We stride for stride. Gee, our feet get tangled up. I trip and fall. Steve stay up and stumble and catch it. Boom, touchdown.
Damn.
Man, I'm going out like this. If I'd have caught that pass,
your whole career probably would have been different.
But I look back, man, I say, it wasn't my time. That wasn't my story. It wasn't for me to do that. So they keep me around, going to right before next training camp. Boom, I get released. I signed with Cleveland. The Browns bring me in. So my third year, I bounced around Cleveland, Miami. I get released after that. This is 07 now. The phone stopped ringing. I'm like, man, this might be it. So my agent say, look, what we're gonna do? They got NFL Europe coming up. We're gonna put your name in the free agency draft. All right, let's do it. So free agency draft come, I get picked first overall.
Damn.
Yeah, first overall pick. I go to NFL Europe. I kill it. I go off. Got records over that, longest interception return, all this. I signed with Buffalo when I come back from NFL Europe. They signed me. I killed it in Buffalo. Did my thing. I couldn't have done much more. Boom, last cut. Release me. I'm like, man, this here, bro, this ain't what it is.
Lord, you going through some adversity.
Going through it. So I'm at the crib. I'm like, this might be over for me, man. I gotta figure out what my next move gonna be. Fred in Canada. Fred hit me up like, CT, what you gonna do, bro? I'm like, man, it might be a wrap for me. Like, man, come up here. I was like, come to Canada? I said, you know what? If it makes sense, I'm gonna do it. That night, general manager called me. Paul Jones called me. We got everything lined up, got it right. Boom, I'm out of there. I just got married too. Boom, I'm gone.
So how was that dynamic like with your wife your newly wife? Understanding that you about to go to Canada.
Man.
Drop of a dime.
Shout out to my wife, man. She the GOAT, man. She held it down for a long time, bro. But she knew what my passion was. She knew when we got into a relationship, she knew this was my passion, my life. So she held it down for a long time, man. But like I said, I just got married. Look, I got to roll. I'm out of here. So I get to Canada on a Thursday. So they got a thing where they do a Labor Day Classic. They already in season. They season already rolling. So they sign me. They make a big deal. We're getting this NFL talent, great player. So I get there on Thursday. They got a game that Monday. It's the Labor Day rematch, whatever it was. So I practice Friday and Saturday, Sunday walkthrough. You know, in practice, it ain't like game speed. And this is my first time being introduced to a Canadian game. I don't know nothing about Canada.
Because the rules different.
The rules different, man. So I get in practice. We running normal little plays. Guys ain't full speed, but we get it in. So game Monday. Coach like, well, you showed us enough. Just be ready to play on Monday in case we need you. Monday comes, somebody get hurt. It's early in the game. Boom, throw me out there. Man, that game so fast. They doing endless motion. They crisscrossing.
Yep.
Man, I got toe up. I'm about to be going back home.
Right.
Canada, lightweight, it's more cutthroat than NFL, man. It's a revolving door.
Yeah.
So speak about that. Speak about like the difference from
Canada
NFL and the CFL.
So it's instead of 11 guys on the field, it's 12. You got an extra receiver, and they got a wag, what they call it, when the receiver could run at you full speed and get into his route. So playing DB it's tough, man. I give my hats off to this Canadian Football League and the receivers, man, because it's tough. The field's wider, and the end zone's wider.
Yep.
And
they got the goalpost like at the front,
right.
Yeah,
go front of the end zone.
Weird as hell.
Yeah,
man, I loved it out there, man. But I'm gonna get back to that. So after the game, you got the blogs and all that. Man, get this guy out of here. He sucks. It's terrible. So coach bringing me like, he said, I apologize, CT. You wasn't ready to play, but we're gonna sit you down this week and get you more acclimated. So I might have played in 3 or 4 more games. I had 1 pick that season. So I'm getting ready for next season. I signed a 2-year deal with Edmonton my first year. So I'm getting ready for the next season. I'm at Endymion or Bacchus or something. I'm at a Mardi Gras. I leave for camp in May. This Mardi Gras in March. I get a call from Canada. I'm like, what this is? Hey, Chris, we just traded you to Hamilton. Man, here we go again. So I was like, let's get it in. So this 08 season, I go to Canada and boom, I had the best season of my life. I led the league in picks, tackles, everything. So boom, I'm back on top. I get a call from the Saints. Mickey Loomis called me. He's like, Chris, we really like what you're doing, man. We want to bring you in. He said, but I'm gonna tell you right now, there won't be no signing bonus. we just gonna bring you in as a training camp guy. I just queued up in Canada for a contract extension. I done been burned a couple times in the league, man. I know how the game go with a camp body. You bring a guy in just to save your veteran's leg. I could bet on myself. I could get this guaranteed money. I'm getting older now. I get this guaranteed money and ride this thing out. So I talked it over with the family, man. I was like, look, you know what? I appreciate it, Mickey, but I'm gonna stay where I'm at. So I wound up staying in Edmonton another year, not Edmonton, Hamilton another year. It's 2009. Had a good year again. Off season, phone ring again. Edmonton's traded back for you. They want you back. So I go back to Edmonton. Yep.
What the?
Yeah, it's crazy.
The back and forth.
Back and
The
forth.
business.
It's the business, bro. It's the business. But I have another 3-4 good more years, man. I got hurt 2012, end of the season. I tore my labrum. So the end of the season, so the next off season I just trained and got my shoulder back right. Went back in 13 and ball, had a great season. After that season, they fired the coach. New coach came in. Boom. Price tag a little too high. We're gonna get rid of you.
You're making too much money.
Yeah, I'm still in my prime. I'm still able to do this. So
Yeah.
2014, I trained all year. I'm thinking my phone gonna ring eventually. Never rang that whole season. I had my first son that my second child, my son was born in 2014 while I was home. So 2015, before this training camp started, Montreal called me. My partner Fred out there, me and Fred played together in Edmonton. Fred Stamps. Fred in Montreal, they called me. They signed me. So I go to camp in Montreal. I'm still in tip-top shape, still able to run, tackle, catch everything. I'm in camp. I was telling you earlier, like I was still able to do it and perform at a high level, but I ain't had that love for it no more. And I always said when I got done playing, I wanted to call my own number and walk out on my own turn.
Right.
Man. So
right.
I'm in camp like, man, this ain't it. I can't cheat the game like this. So I called my wife. I'm like, I think this is it for me. I think I'm done. I had 11-year career, man. I'm ready to hang it up. She's like, you sure, huh? Like, I'm sure. Come on home. Talked to Fred. Fred was my roommate. I said, bro, I think this is it for me. He's like, nah, man, you got more left in you. Stay one more year. I said, nah. So just so happened, very next day, I'm going to talk to Jim the next day. I'm going to say, look, send me home. They bring me to the office. Jim Pop, great guy in Montreal. Like, Chris, man, you're doing some good things, but just we think we're ready to go ahead and release you and cut you.
What a coincidence.
I appreciate it. Took his hand. Sent me back to the crib. I had just got my degree a couple years back. So when I left school in 04, 03, I had 2 more semesters left. And my mom, rest her soul, she always told me, Chris, go back and get your degree. But that time go by fast, G.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, especially when you're chasing your dream.
Yeah, I ain't trying to go back to school right now, man. I'm still playing ball. But 2011, 2012, I'm going back. So I had like almost a 10-year gap not being in the classroom. I went back to Thibodeau. I was commuting back and forth. I got my degree. So after I got released, I was ready to retire that last year. I'm like, man, what my next move gonna be? I said, I always knew I wanted to be a coach, but I didn't know how it's gonna fall into place.
So you been knew this like since high school or
not high school?
While you were playing?
While I was playing, I could see myself doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Man, this is all I know, man. I love this. I can do this every day. And instead, when you find something that you love and you don't feel like it's work, that's your calling.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm like, man, what am I gonna do now? So I took a few months off. I want to buy me a box truck. I got a contract with Office Depot delivering their merchandise to different businesses around the city. I'm like, this ain't what I want to do.
Right.
But just on a whim, I said, I ain't been in Thibodeau in a while. I'm gonna go. Coach Rebo. I just got hired the year before. So I said, I'm gonna go check him out, man. I'm gonna check him out at practice, go to their spring game. So I went out there.
So you went out there with the intention of just trying to rub elbows?
No, not at all.
Gotcha.
I was just going support because Coach Rebo was on staff when I signed to Nicholls. He was a DB coach, but when I got there, he was switched over to receivers. But I was just going to show my face and go show support. I hadn't been out there in a while, so I told Coach Rebo after the game, said, Coach, good luck. I mean, I like what you're doing. He's like, CT, what you doing? I'm asking, Coach, I just retired, trying to figure out what my next move gonna be, and that was it. He said, just keep in touch, man. Leave me a number. I ain't thinking none of it.
Right.
So I left my number. About a month later, my phone ring. Rebo like, hey, I want you to be my DB coach. Out the gate, no GN, no nothing. First gig.
And that's uncommon.
That's uncommon.
Good thing you had just got if you had finished your degree because you would have had the GA.
Yeah, for sure. Everything lined up, man. Like I said, but he said, just talking to guys that know me, know my character. He's like, man, you're gonna be a perfect fit. And you being a hometown guy and being from here and playing here and doing the things you did, it all makes sense. So my first job, I had the whole secondary. I had the safeties and the corners.
Ooh.
Out the gate.
They don't do it like that no more. They break it up on you now.
Man,
Got to.
I had the whole
Safeties and corners.
I had the whole back end. And obviously I know the game, but being able to run a room and teach these guys how to perform on the field, it was a learning process. But I jumped into it, man, and I had some good teachers, and I excelled, man, and did well. We wound up winning 2 conference championships.
Yep.
Had a couple guys sign free agent deals. A couple guys transferred out to bigger schools.
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, it was godsend, man. The opportunity I had at Nicholls and doing what we did in that time span.
So what would you say was the biggest adjustment for you as it pertains to teaching the game? Like you say, you knew the game,
Right.
but teaching it, well, when you know, especially the times we living in, bro, like these kids, they get distracted so easily.
Right.
How were you able to, pour into them as young men and being able to teach them the game to go out there and perform at a high level? Like, what was your strategy?
Just being myself, man, being genuine. And I say this all the time, you can't coach every kid the same. And you got to pick up on little nuances, man, with different kids. But when in my meeting room, man, like, it'll be an open dialogue. Like, we watching film, I might just stop the tape, like, look, this play right here, we got 3-by-1. I give him a call. You make this adjustment. I want you to go up there and you coach us. Mm-hmm. And they gravitated towards that, man, and they learned so much more and was able to go on the field, and it all clicked for them. Because like I said, I knew it, and I was able to break it down for them. But now I want you to teach me, like I'm a blank canvas.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them was kind of like shy at first, but eventually, man, they all bought into it. And like I said, it's 2-by-2 formation. We get motion that way. I give them a call, and I tell them what's happening now, and they bid on that, man. It worked for us. Yep.
Let me ask you this: being a coach now and having your kids, going to greener pastures, and after they leave you, you get a kid that gives you a call, man, coach, like a similar situation to what you had in your playing career, coach, man, I got cut. I was like the final cut for this NFL team. Such and such is giving me a call now, but the CFL got a 3-year deal for me.
Right.
How do you prepare them mentally, like for the choice that they about to make? Because they're reaching out to you because
Right.
they value your opinion.
Right.
But also like dulling the light on the NFL, like, hey, do the best opportunity for you. I understand, like, the shield is the shield.
Right.
Like, that's what everybody want to go for. But
Yep.
the shield might not be what's best for you at this point in time.
Right. I think each case is different, man. Like in my case, I had already written down that route. I knew how the game went. I starting to get a little older now, so they got younger guys coming in every year. So if a guy called me, he's still young, he got opportunities to still prolong and still chase his NFL thing, give it another shot, man. If you think you really can do that at that level, go ahead. Because obviously it's a pay difference. But if you got a shot to still try and pursue this NFL thing, by all means, try and get it. But if it makes sense to go to Canada, you're getting a little older now, and you got a chance to still play ball and make a living, go ahead and do it, man. Because once you're done, you're done. Once you take the helmet off and you put them pads down, ain't no more replacing that. Mm-hmm. That's it. When you're done, you're done. So if you still have love for the game and you still able to do it, by all means, man.
But how hard is it to convince them that, like, the CFL is a good move? So, like we were talking, before the show, like, one of my teammates, Manuel Auction,
right.
He got a chance to do it, but he did it reverse the way you did it. He started off
in Canada
with BC, then got the call to the Vikings.
Yeah.
They went arena, they went back, to Canada. And it was one of the questions that one of our former teammates had asked him was like, man, why you go back to the CFL after you didn't touch the cream of the crop? Why go back down a level? It's just, and to me, it's like similar to somebody. Hey, you playing in the NBA, you get cut, you go overseas.
Right.
You make it for sure money. It's still the game that you love.
Yep.
Don't let the outside people diminish what you doing.
Absolutely, man. Like I said, block out that outside noise, man. It's all an individual case basis. Just knowing where you fall in that situation. Like with Manny didn't have the NFL opportunity out the gate. He went out to Canada and balled. He's still young. They called him like, "Look, man, we like what you're doing. Come get us a shot." You can always go back to Canada. My situation was a little different, but with a young kid, like I said, if you got the opportunity to go to NFL and it makes sense and you got a real legit shot and they bringing you in, if you get released and your phone's still ringing, go chase that. But if you got your phone stop ringing and you got a chance to go make some money in Canada and prolong your career, go ahead and do it. You still love the game. If not, it might be time for you to say, okay, I gave my best shot. I'm ready to get into my next phase of my life.
What did it mean to you to be inducted into the Nicholls State Hall of Fame, man? Not only for you, but you got 3 young kids, and that's like a legacy that they'll always be able to go to Tupelo and go on Nicholls State campus and see their daddy in the Hall of Fame.
It is. I was in Canada when I got inducted, man. So I was able to go to the ceremony. They called me up. I had a game the same day. My phone from Thibodeau. Like, Chris, this is I forget who it was who called me, but he called me. You just got inducted to the Hall of Fame. I got inducted to Nicholls Hall of Fame, but I got inducted to Holy Cross Hall of Fame.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So they called me up, man. It was a great feeling. I sent my wife, my 2 kids. They went and represented me. No, matter of fact, I'm lying, G. That was my whole. I didn't make my Holy Cross one. This was in Thibodeau. My mom, my dad, my sister, my wife, they all went out there, and my mom spoke on my behalf. Did a great job. So she was able to say that before she passed. It was a great feeling, man. Just knowing that they looked at me in that regard and everything I did academically and athletically, and like I said, my kids can go there. You go there now. You go in the Hall of Fame banquet. You see my picture and my plaque.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a legacy, man.
Put a price on it.
Yeah, my kids or grandkids. Hopefully one day they'll be able to go and say, "That's family. That's me, man." So it was a great feeling, So
do your players realize that you was him, or they don't really realize? Cause I was talking to Linares about this last week on a podcast, and I was like, "Do the kids know? Like, they know you was him?" And he was like, "Some of them, like, if they got an uncle or something that played with me back in the day," he was like, "But nah, a lot of kids don't. They don't know what I did and what I accomplished."
So even to this day, especially when I first got the job at Nicholls, I was still tip top shape. I'll go out there and
lock something up.
Hey, man, what? I'll give you what you want. And I can still run a little bit now. I ain't as fast as I used to be, but I still can move a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So they know what the past probably looked like. But a couple of them, they come up to me and question me and ask me about questions. They Google me and watch videos. So a couple of them know, and they got my picture and everything at Holy Cross now, so they know what's up.
Gotcha. I always be wondering it, because I be talking to some kids. I told your player said that like a year. I'm like, you know who coaching you?
Not.
And you talking about my players? It's my son, man. He the one that, Dad, you're not him. You're not him. I'm like, bro, it be your own kids, man. You're not him. He watched so many videos. All he do is watch YouTube all day. He know all the greats, the old time players.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but he a character, man. He said, yeah, you're not him. But it be your own kids, man. But yeah,
that's funny.
It's an honor, man.
We had John Eugene on a couple of weeks back, and I love to ask this question from former DBs, like especially like when y'all watch the game and stuff now. What do you think has changed the most, like from your position, based on when we played to what it is now?
can't touch them receivers like you used
yeah,
to.
yeah. You definitely can't get more physical like it used to be, man. It's an offensive game now. They trying to make it straight offense, but you're gonna find ways and little nuances to still be aggressive. You're seeing more and more just compacted formations, man, where they getting tight and then getting this thing out. It's a whole lot more formation based. When I was playing, you spread them out wide and run that ball and play action. Now you got the RPO game, all that's evolving daily.
Quarterbacks then got way more mobile
Yeah.
than ever before.
Yeah, all we had was Vic back then. Now it's every other team, you got a mobile quarterback, man. So
You see receivers, the releases are crazy now.
yeah, they all doing that footwork stuff, man. When we was coming up, we didn't have all that, man. I didn't know how to do a ladder drill until I got my sophomore year in college.
Damn.
Yeah, for real. We wasn't doing all that, man.
Straight playing in the park.
Playing drive. We ain't have. Yes, indeed. We didn't have all this.
Y'all wasn't mirroring back then.
You backpedal. You playing drive. And I didn't learn press coverage until I got to college. I wasn't pressing in high school. We was playing off. Cover 2, cover 3. Might play a little man, but you playing off. I didn't start involved into that until later on in my career. But these trainers now, man, they getting these kids ahead of the game. I wish I had that opportunity when I was coming up. I'd have been even further along. Yeah, so the game's evolving, man. I'm excited to see where it goes.
When you was at Nicholls, for those, you said 6 years, right?
Yeah,
At Nicholls for 6 years.
Yep, 6 years.
Yeah. When you went out to try to recruit guys for your room, how hard was that for you to be able to evaluate and be able to project that he could come to Nicholls or go to college and be a good corner?
Oh, I turn your film on. I know what you could do, man. I could see it. I see the nuances in your game. But if he got length or he got good feet, good hips, I can see a couple years down the line he can possibly get into this.
Because at Nicholls, you got to kind of find them diamond in the rough.
Diamonds in the rough. Yeah. If you 6'1" or 6'2", and you can run a little bit, I probably ain't be able to get you. I got lucky a couple of times. Darren Evans, he was 6'2", but Darren was about the size of that light pole right there. He was skinny.
What school Darren Evans went to?
Glen Oaks.
Damn, Darren
He
Evans went to Glen Oaks?
was out of Baton Rouge.
Yeah, he Baton Rouge.
Damn, man.
They burgundy.
No, Glen Oaks is like red and black. Black and red.
Yeah.
Burgundy, that's a strummer.
No, it was one of them Oaks.
That's the only Oaks I know in Baton Rouge.
Yeah. It might have been that.
Because Live Oak was blue and gold.
Yeah, it might have been.
I didn't know Darren Evans was from Baton Rouge.
Yeah, he's Baton Rouge. Yep, through and through. Yeah, but just evaluating kids, man, just seeing the things they do on film. I never been one to be, you run a 4.5 or 4.8. Turn that film on, man. Let me see what he could do. One of my best players I had, man, was a walk-on. Shout out to AD Austin Dickerson, man. This kid was 5'5". Destra hand. Bruh, from the time I saw him the first day, I'm telling the coaches, like, he the one. He got something. Like, nah, he's too small. I'm like, he got it, I'm telling you. But he worked, got his opportunity, wound up leading the team in picks. He probably had.
Look at it was.
This was our championship year. He was number 45.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, all right. Man, I forgot about him.
He had a couple PBU, a couple interceptions for touchdowns, man.
I forgot about
He
him.
was just instinctive, man, and he just understood the game, and he was smart, be in the right spot, and just make plays. And I knew it when I saw him, like, he got it. And he wound up being one of our best players, man.
Tell me what kind of feeling and how gratifying that was as a coach to find a kid like that who is undersized and, people saying that, I don't know, we should take him because he's too small, even though he did walk on, and he projects into what you thought it could be.
It's a great feeling, man. More excited for the kid, just knowing he put that work in and was able to make those plays and do what he did. And just even off the field, man, he's just a great kid, man.
Great person.
Yeah, great person. And that's really what I'm in the game for, just teaching these young men how to be good humans, good fathers, good husbands. Football is easy. It's what you're going to do when you get done playing. You know what I'm saying? I still keep in touch with most of my players today. Matter of fact, AD texted me a couple of days ago, so I keep in touch with all these guys, man. Just happy to see how their life's progressing.
I want to reverse G's question. Being that you coached in college, and now you're at the high school level, and now you got to deal with all these parents and stuff, and especially being at a private school, man, I'm putting I'm putting in X amount of money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right.
You know, I know Junior can play at LSU and all that
Right.
stuff. And
Oh, man.
Junior can't play at Paul Playground.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you? I guess the best word to describe it, how do you control their expectations versus the reality or where they're at and the projections of where they possibly are at right now to like for the next level.
Right. You just gotta be honest with the kid, man. You can't give them false hope and tell them what they're not. That's always what I stood on, man. Principles and morals and being respectful and letting kids know off the gate. Either you got it or you don't, but you can always work to get better. But if a kid asks me, Coach, can I go D1 and you can't go D1, I'm gonna tell you like maybe D2, D3, but there's nothing wrong with that. But I'm gonna just be honest with you. And like, the parents, man, is just that was a shocker to me too. Just
Because you had never dealt with that before.
yeah, I never dealt with that not on college level. But every kid is not gonna be a great all-state, all-district player. A lot of kids gonna be good high school players, and that's gonna be it. So you just gotta just maximize your 4 years and then get your education and go on to the next phase of your life. It's a small percentage, man, that actually play high school to college to pros. And you gotta just be honest with yourself, your parents, your family, and know what you're dealing with.
Cause in my case, like I seen like when I was just a regular position coach, I ain't had that to worry about. That was the coordinators, that was the head coach job. Like when I got promoted to a coordinator, then it was like, well, why my son not playing? Come to practice.
Right.
Well, he tell me he this, that,
come to practice.
Come to practice.
Come to practice.
You know what I'm saying? Who I'm gonna take off the field for him?
And a lot of times it be the parents more so than the kids, because the kids know they know who in front of them.
Yeah, they're not communicating to their parents what's really going on.
What's really going on? Like you said, come to practice and you'll see.
Yeah.
If a kid's not going hard in the off season or going hard in practice, you know, but you going home and delivering a different message, and now your parents getting sideways and saying, well, why you not doing this and doing that? Just come out here and I keep a log of practice, production, misplays, miss assignments, all that. If you don't know your assignment, I can't put you on the field.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I say, come to practice, man. You'll see.
Because G has one, like, I think he should put it on one of his shirts. Parents are the biggest dream killers, especially in, like, today and age.
They are.
Like, you put it on with everything, all social media and all that stuff, you up here raising your son up to this, and look, he's not putting in a quarter of the effort that you putting in more effort in branding him than he is at his craft.
Exactly. I told myself a long time, I'm not gonna be that dad pushing my son to do this and do that. If you want it, I'll give it to you. But I'm not gonna push it on you. My wife will tell you, my son was from 1 to 5 or 6. He didn't want to touch a ball. She's like, I don't think he's gonna be no athlete. He might not be. They want all of a sudden one day just boom.
Mm-hmm.
That's all he want to do now is football and basketball and baseball, whatever it is. He want to do it. So I'm not never be that dad that's gonna say, well, why you not playing or why you not starting? I'm gonna know. I'm gonna know you putting the work in. If you're doing what you got to do, and I ain't gonna go approach the coach. And because if I went to my dad and my mom's, they ain't playing me. You better figure it out.
That's what. That's how it was back in the day. You might have had 1 or 2 parents that was ignorant, but for the most part, man, back then, if the coach wasn't playing you, the coach could have been wrong.
Yeah,
you just dealt with it, right? You try to figure it out.
It builds character, man. Builds that you know how to deal with adversity. Better figure it out. Better go harder. So it's a different day and age, man.
You made a good point about your wife is the GOAT because she held it down when you was, in Canada and trying to fulfill your dream. And I always like to ask our guests, man, about this dynamic because I know a lot of people is currently dealing with it. I know I dealt with it when I was married at the time. How important of a role or how important is it to find the right type of woman in your life when you're trying to pursue a dream like something like football or whatever career it might be that takes time away from home and from with your family?
It's extremely important, man. It'll make or break you. Like I said, I was gone 60% of my marriage the first few years, man. Being gone from May until November, December. And she held it down, man, with the kids, the household. like I said, she knew. Her mama told her when we were in college together. He said, "I hope you know what you get yourself into. You get with a athlete, a pro athlete,
Right.
you better know what you're getting into." And she a strong, God-fearing woman, man. She prayed and we prayed, and it's been 15, 16 years. We're married, 3
That's a
kids.
blessing, dog. That's
Like
a
I said,
blessing.
she deserves her flowers, man. So yeah, shout out to you.
Yeah, that's so uncommon and so unrealistic in the time we living in now.
Yeah, for sure.
So when I hear that, it gives me hope.
Right.
Living on, we have no hope.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? That I can find a woman that understands my passion and my drive and what I'm trying to accomplish in my career. You know what I mean?
Right. As long as y'all on the same page, man, and y'all got the same goal, same ambition, and y'all know what y'all dealing with, it's gonna work out, man. You keep God first, and everything gonna work out.
Yeah.
I think too. Also, like communication is all with the part. Because like me and my wife is the total opposite of sports. She couldn't take.
Which makes it even more difficult.
Yeah,
right. They don't get it.
They don't get it.
Name a person on the football field, but she realized like, all right, something I'm passionate with, something that I know where he's at, and it's a positive outcome. Like with the kids, she see how the kids interact and all that stuff. But I just like if you just openly communicate it.
It's all of it. Communication.
And just like you got to also understand too. That was the biggest turning point in our marriage. Like I had to understand, like when it's her turn too.
Right.
So like I can't be selfish. She let me do A, B, C, D. She want to do this now. You got it.
Right.
It's the off season. Go ahead. Kill it.
And she get out me too. Now she she does event planners, man. She's an event planner, so she does weddings and parties and all that. So when it's time for her to roll, I'm right there with her. I'm setting up, breaking down, whatever you need. It's my time now. You hold me down, I'm gonna hold you down now. So it's teamwork, man. It's effort. Teamwork make the dream work.
Yeah.
If you had a wife that didn't understand what you was chasing,
man, it'd have been over.
Do you think you still would have pursued your dream as long as you did?
Or been as productive.
That'd have been more stress.
Yeah, with the stress and all that stuff.
That's tough, man. I don't know, cause like I said, I'm dealing with Hurricane Katrina getting released, trying to find my way, and she riding my back too. Something had to give.
Something.
And I
everybody got a breaking point.
Yeah, I didn't put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into me trying to pursue this thing, and you know what you was dealing with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from day one. So I don't know, man. That's a good question, but luckily, thank God, she was on board and she supported me every step of the way.
Talk about the culture shock of coming from New Orleans, going to Thibodeau. No offense, G, it's a culture shock.
Oh, man.
Well, you're from the city, huh?
You know what I'm saying? They going to Jacksonville, the different NFL stops, and then Canada.
And Europe.
Yeah, and Europe.
Damn, I forgot about that.
Man, starting with Thibodeau.
You're well-rounded.
Exactly, man. Just being in all those places, man, just I gather different things from different places, man. And starting off in Thibodeau back then, it's straight now. Back then,
Yeah,
you had two balls, man. You had the Library and Roxy.
Yeah.
They wasn't. It ain't like it is
They
now.
ain't even have all them food places they
No,
got now.
Yeah, I used to go to Danny and Clyde's and get a chicken place. That's all they had, man. But my focus back then, even then, man, I'm trying to be the best ball player I can be the best student I can be. Not the best student because my first semester, but I was tore up. First time on my own, man. Mom ain't waking me up.
It was an adjustment.
It's an adjustment. 7:30 class.
Ain't happening.
I ain't getting up. I got that first report card. I get home. My pop's like, "Hey, bro, give me them keys."
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't want that cut to.
Park that. I get back to school. You on academic probation. Like, probation? What that mean? That mean if you don't pass next semester, you out of here. You can't play football. All right, bet.
Wake up call.
Bounce back 3.0. I was straight after that. Then I got back on track, man. So, kids, y'all go to school, manage your time, manage your downtime, and just have a plan, man. I was wide open. After that, so during football season, don't ask me to go out during the season. Thursday night, CT, you rolling? Nah. I'll see y'all in the spring. I'm in the room. I'm watching tape. I'm working out, push-ups, whatever I got to do. I ain't trying to go out.
Where you got that from?
Honestly, I don't know. It wasn't ever instilled in me growing up. I just knew I got to be better than the man behind me at another school. I know if I'm working, he ain't working. I gotta do extra. I'm at Nicholls. He at LSU. He at Florida State. I gotta do what I gotta do to get a upper hand, to get that advantage, man. So
And you didn't have a veteran when you got the Nicholls that kind of like showed you the way. You just came in with that mindset.
I came in with that mindset, G. They had some good players, but I don't think none of them was as hungry as I was trying to get to the next level.
And you had nobody to take you under their wing.
Derek Pittman, he was a senior.
Okay.
Derek, DP played corner.
Yeah.
DP showed me the ropes. He still tell me to this day, I knew on the first time we went to practice, you're going to be something special. He said, we doing ball drills. You catching the ball with one hand, going up and getting it. Like, yeah, you got something. Steve Ellis, Steve coaching at Louisville now, man. Steve was a year or two ahead of me. He showed me how to be a college athlete and study and do all my work and watch film and all that. Steve had a great football mind, man. Still to this day, we keep in touch. But as far as that work ethic, it was just something in me, and it clicked. And my junior year, my roommate wound up being a transfer from Oklahoma, Jamal Mosey. He played at Oklahoma. He was a great running back in the state of Missouri. And I used to always pick his brain, like, man, what's the difference between the level of ball we playing at and where you came from? He's like, man, just work ethic. And dudes work. While other guys sleeping, they working. I was like, all right, I bet that. So I added that to my repertoire. I was just grinding. 4:30 in the morning, I'm in the state. I'm running bleachers. Guys sleeping. I'm getting it in.
That's why you made it.
If I don't make it, it ain't gonna be because nothing. I didn't work hard enough. It just wasn't for me.
Right.
So I'm gonna do everything I can to make it. Right. And that's what happened, man.
When Ladarius was coming out of Nicholls, did you kind of mentor him in a sense from a distance?
I was already gone.
I know that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like,
no,
you was the one that kind of paved the way.
Yeah,
and
so,
then he was up next.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if y'all had like a relationship where you could kind of.
We had never crossed paths until I met Ladarius when he got inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
At Nicholls.
Okay.
That's the first time we had actually met. So it was him and Kareem Moore. So I got drafted in 04. They went like 07. So I was already going. I already transitioned out of Nicholls, but I was hearing about him. But me and Ladarius wound up getting close when his son was coming out. And I met him. And I met Kareem at an NFL deal a few years back. That was the first time meeting him. Yep.
Damn.
Did you mentor anybody, any one of your like former teammates or like people that came after you that like you was close by?
Oh, everybody who's around me, I tried to bring them into my circle. Like,
gotcha.
That's grind. Some of them bought on, some of them didn't. But they knew it's time to work. When you with CT, we're gonna work. We're gonna get it in. Who were some of the young guys I had? Tommy Lee Brown. He wound up getting a free agent deal with Baltimore. He was a big DB at Nicholls. Couple of the guys, man. But as far as this,
you recruited Jerry's, huh? Monroe.
No, J-Bo was River Parish. I had New Orleans and North Shore.
But he was in your room.
Yeah, I had him in my room.
Yeah, you was in.
Yeah, man. I'm proud of J-Bo.
Yeah, he about to get his name called.
Yeah, he is. J-Bo, day one, he came out there. He had something special. He was just so energized all the time.
Yeah, he got a personality.
Yeah, so I knew if J-Bo come out here and he quiet, I gotta put him aside. Hey, J, what's up? What's going on? Something going on. Just learn to him, man. Learn how to press his buttons and get him going. Great kid, man. Great family. His brother Debo's actually the DB coach now. I'm excited for him, man. I watched him at Tulane. Just keep grinding. He was a worker. He worked and he mastered his craft. So I'm extremely happy for him and excited where his career can go from here.
Talk about now when you think about with the transfer portal and stuff like that, right? Now in college football, if Nicholls gets a good player, 9 times out of 10 he's not gonna be there to finish his career. As a staff, if you still was in college football, how would you go about recruiting them?
I talked to Coach Rybecker 2 days ago. We was on the phone, man. Like, how y'all doing the portal? They had just signed a DB from somewhere. They lost a couple that jumped in that portal. A couple guys that I actually coached.
Tyler Morton,
good player. I had Markel in my room. Markel's going to McNeese now. I asked Dave Johnson, I asked Jabbar Luke every time they come out of school, man, about this portal, because it's new to me, because I've been out the game now for a college game for 3 years now.
So yeah, you didn't deal with the portal at all.
I didn't deal with the portal.
Yeah.
Not like it is now. It was just starting to kick off. So when I was there, it was a prayer. You know what I mean? Like, you get a guy in the portal, man. Like, I forgot, we did a study, man. Like, how many guys actually panned out? We got them out of the portal. Like, some of the guys come in, they have baggage, and it didn't work out a lot of times. But now, man, it's like free agency. But just as far as recruiting, you just got to know, man, what you're getting into, because I'm a big relationship guy. I'm big on loyalty. And if a guy come in and we develop a relationship and he becomes a better player and got a chance to go to another next level, I'm going to go ahead, by all means, man, better your life. But if you're in another situation where you're not playing here, you're not getting on the field, but you're going to hop in the portal, like what?
And I think that's happening more than a kid, exceeding expectations at this level and then going on to a bigger level.
Right.
I think it's more of that, bro.
Yeah, don't chase a logo, man, because you at a smaller school. I'm looking at the blueprint right here. Like, I went to a smaller school, man. They're going to find you if you do what you got to do to handle your business. Don't worry about that. But now with this NIL, man, and you got a chance to make some money and actually getting that portal and benefit from it, and it's a good fit, I can't knock it, man, because I wish somebody make a fake birth certificate. I was back and give me But man, it's crazy. I don't know where it's going to go from here, man. It's wild.
But I think most of it starts from at home in the high school ranks, because you see it now. Kid ain't playing at this school. They parent gonna transfer them to another high school, and boom, boom. Like, I played a lot my freshman year in high school. I didn't start because it was all seniors in front of me. But I played every game, played a whole bunch. But that built character for me. And then when I seen another group coming behind me, you're not about to. I know how the seniors used to look when, like, hey, get in there, Singleton. Like, man, I gotta. Bad enough we from rival hood. Do I gotta fight you too?
Right.
And I'm taking your PT. It's your last year. But that just, even when I went to Alcorn, just understand the politics of college football. Hey, look, they're gonna play the Mississippi kid before they play you, even if you're better.
Yep.
Just when y'all gonna get the same amount of snaps. Just your snaps gotta look flashier for them.
Do something
for them to like, okay,
take them blinders off.
Yeah, but like I never. As good as Emmanuel Arsenal was, he had to sit behind Charlie Spiller and Nate Hughes. Both went to the NFL. He didn't leave up out of there.
Right.
As good as Lee was, Lee went to the league. He had to sit behind DeJuan Wilson and all this stuff. They played, but like they didn't become the guys. So I seen wait my turn, get bigger, stronger, faster.
My time come.
Hey, pick up the play and the stuff that the checks that he didn't make, I'm gonna make sure I make them checks.
Right.
All the stuff that coach talking about, run out there. It wasn't our generation. We didn't run from the smoke, as they say.
Instant gratification, man. They want it right now. Like I said, kids going home. I ain't playing. I go to another school. Man, what you teaching your kids, man? It ain't always the coach don't like me. Man, I got a job to do. I ain't about to put a worse player on the field because I don't like you. I'm gonna put the best player out there, man.
Entitlement, dog.
Yeah.
But then also, what are the parents telling the kid? Like, they might be saying, hey, let's say if I know we'll have this conversation because we talked about it. My kid come up to me, man, I ain't playing. I want to transfer to this school. Well, why you not playing?
Why you not playing? Work harder.
Why you not playing? What you not doing? Well, they talk about down blocks and all that stuff. Well, if you can't play line if you don't know what's about to happen.
Right.
You don't know what the other team about to do to you. You can't. So you transferring to any school ain't gonna fix that.
It'll be the same outcome.
Learn this. Then let's go. What's the next step? What's the next reason? Instead of, you right, baby. I know you got it. Go.
Right. If you've done all you can and you exhorted every resource and done everything you could to make yourself available for that spot, you can't hang your hat, man. Don't be sad about it. You did everything. You bust your butt to get better, get stronger, get faster. The guy in front of you might just be better than you. All right, take your lick.
I do want to ask you this: when Coach Rebo first got the Nicholls, it was a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Program was bad. I remember going to Nicholls State games back in the day, and you got about 50 people in the stands. They used to literally be giving away tickets.
Yeah. I came to a game. They lost to a D3 school, man, in Thibodeau. I was like, man, what's going on?
Yeah, it was that bad. What I want to know is, and I think a lot of people want to know, how did Coach Rebo, with you included, and you know, people like Lee Roussel and guys like that, how are y'all able to come to Nicholls, man, and revamp that whole thing, change the culture, get people excited about coming to the games, and actually started winning at a high rate?
Yep.
You know, upset at Kansas.
Yeah.
On national TV, you was a
neck and neck with Georgia.
Third down and 4 away from beating Georgia.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? With Nick Chubb and Sonny Michel.
Y'all took the what Southeastern was like the last chance you for the South, because like all the transfer was going there, and y'all took the conference away from them.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, how were y'all able to do that?
So I got to Nicholls with Coach Rebo his second year. So that first year, just hearing him tell stories, he came in. He had a plan, man. The guys who weren't buying in, you got to go. And just the following years and years after, he had the blueprint, man. Look, I got enough talent right here in this rural parish and surrounding little cities to get some good quality guys here to build this program up. And we had a great staff over there, man. Coach Rebo, Lee, Coach Rybecker, Coach Wallace, Coach Murph, myself, who else? Coach Russ. We all did a good job of recruiting, man, our area and bringing guys in that could really help the program. And those initial guys, you had Chase 4K,
leader,
Evan Veron, Sully Lesh.
Sully, one of the best D linemen ever come through Nicholls.
Undersized, but woo,
man.
And I'm gonna be real, dog. When he was at Lutcher, he was so good. And when Nicholls signed him, I'm like, what are they thinking about? He too small.
Gee.
Can't block him.
We're talking about Georgia. His first college game, and my first college game coaching was against Georgia. My partner's calling me, y'all playing Georgia? Man, anybody run up 100 on y'all. I think the spread was like 55.
Yeah. 24-21?
It was 24-27, I think.
24-27?
It's a 3-point game.
Yeah.
But that was Sully's first collegiate game, and they could not block him. Sully, Marcel, Ollie, all them guys, man.
Well, Ollie was good, too.
Alan Pittman, Amani Martin. Man, them dudes all bought in. They all played with heart, played with a chip on their shoulder, and it snowballed, man. And every year we got better and better, and it kept going, man.
Damn.
But I guess Coach Rebo had a plan, man, and like I said, if I can recruit this River Parish and surrounding little cities and get good quality players in here, we can be all right. We can compete in the South Conference.
But how y'all was able to overcome the hurdle of, man, Nicholls, they not good. Y'all been bad for all these years. Why would I want to come to Nicholls? Like, how y'all was able to change the narrative and get guys to believe that y'all gonna do something?
Coach Rebo and coaching and the staff has built a relationship with those high school players, getting them to take a chance here and stay home and play in front of a home crowd. Those guys, man, salute.
Y'all stole Chase 4K from Maryland.
Yeah.
He's about to go to Maryland. For real?
I think
he's about to go to Maryland. Yeah, he's about to go to Maryland. Everybody was saying Chase was stupid for going to Nicholls over Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him now.
Yep. Chase came in, man, and did his thing. Those guys. We had a sleep in Damon Jean-Pierre, came from Rumble. He didn't have a great high school career. Coach Rebo brought him in. Man, had an outstanding career. Fast, could run here all the routes. He had a shot in the league with the Panthers.
Dejon Dixon.
Dejon.
That's your guy.
Dejon. Man, talented.
What record did he set?
Dejon might be the all-time leading receiver.
Yeah, all-time leading receiver.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll be in the Hall of Fame at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you'll be
Chase.
Yep.
Sully.
Yep.
All them guys, man. That whole
special group
team. Yeah. Man, Evan Veron was animal, man.
Yeah.
Dude, Amani, a lot like Amani, a little taller than Austin, but a lot like him, instinctive, man. I could let Amani run the DB room. That's how smart he was. He could be a coach.
So now, going back to your alma mater, you played and coached at your alma mater in college.
Mm-hmm.
Now you go back to high school to coach at your alma mater that you played for in high school. How has that been? And talk about, just like y'all did at Nicholls, when we revamped that program and got it back to where it should be. And now at Holy Cross, this your third year, right?
Third year.
Second year, it was kind of average.
Yep.
Didn't really go the way things was playing. But Coach Watney come in.
Mm-hmm.
Holy Cross alum too, right?
Yep.
Holy Cross alum.
05.
Right. And y'all turned Holy Cross into one of the prominent teams in Louisiana this year. And I mean, I remember when I covered y'all against Carl, it was like a whole different team that I saw 3 years ago.
Oh, absolutely. Just speaking about how I got back to Nicholls, back to Holy Cross. I enjoyed my job at Nicholls. I was blessed for the opportunity, man. I thoroughly enjoyed my job, but I was missing so much with the family, man. I had 2 small kids, and my wife, she could have held it down, but COVID kind of put it in perspective for me, man. I was home for a little while, and I was like, man, I'm missing so much. During the season, I wouldn't see my family but for a couple hours.
Because you was commuting.
I was commuting.
I remember you telling me that.
I had a room in Thibodeau in the old dorms that I stayed in during the season because it was early morning, late nights.
Mm-hmm.
So on Wednesday, we didn't have practice. Watch film after practice, so I was able to shoot out. I get home about 6:30. Kids going to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'm getting a couple hours a week. So
took a toll on you.
Took a toll on me, man. 2021. We played that spring season because COVID shut down 2020 season. So one morning I'm driving to Thibodeau, man. I'm like, man, I said, I'm driving in my own little world. I'm talking to the Lord, and like, I enjoy my job, but I was like, I gotta get home. And I kid you not, 2 hours later, my phone rang. Coach So called me from Holy Cross. Hey, buddy, you ready to come home yet? I'm like, man, is this real? I had chill bumps. I got chill bumps now. I'm like, it's got to be God sent, man. So I went told Coach Rebo. I had tears in my eyes, man. Coach, I love my job. I love these kids, everything, man. I got to get home, man. I called you, Luke. I called Coach Dave. Told him I want to do, like, man, you got to go with your move. If it makes sense for you. I didn't get into this for the money. I had played. I had saved some money up. It wasn't about the money with me.
Right.
Just as long as I was comfortable. So talked to the wife, and she was like, I'm around with you, whatever you want to do. I got us. So I wound up taking a job at Holy Cross. My first spring there. I had babies, man. I had sophomores and freshmen. Man, what I got myself into. But them kids bought in, man. They put in work, and they maximized the opportunity. Just you could see the growth year in, year out, and buying in.
I like what you did with Darren Blunt.
Darren,
who walked on at LSU. Yeah, I like what you did with him. I saw his progression.
Long kid, man. He got a lot of upside still. Gonna get stronger, gonna get faster. So I'm excited to see what he does at LSU. But just them kids buying in, man, year after year, and then this last year, Coach Watney came in. They matured, they've gotten bigger, they got stronger, and he put his magic on, and then it took off. We had Kobe Young, Cross. We got an outstanding young running back. We had
three. We
got 3 outstanding running backs.
3.
They all come back.
Yeah. You know Claude Johnson from home, huh?
Yeah, his dad.
Yeah.
I try to put a face on him. Like, I see him around school, but he's like, my dad was from home. I'm like, I don't know how I don't know him. I was out there all the time. He said his dad was pretty good, too.
The truth.
That's what I hear.
One of the best to ever come through our area. Listen, cold-blooded.
Running back?
Yes.
Running back.
Claude Johnson. Listen,
his son,
that deal.
Yeah.
No lie.
So they all 3 of them coming back. Key Man, Keyron Smith, K. Nando, and Claude Johnson Jr. But just when Coach
Smith the one picking up the offers right now.
Yeah. Grown man. So side story. I do track too, and Keyron could jump. So anything about long jump, what's your dominant leg? That's the one you're gonna jump off of. So last year, I'm like, Key, what leg you jump off of? Coach, it don't matter. I'm like, that don't make sense. He's like, Coach, it don't matter. He could jump equally long jump off his right or his left leg.
Damn.
That's crazy. But yeah, man, them kids bought in this year, man, and this Coach Watney put his magic on it, and it took off. So we excited to see where this thing go, man. Got a lot of guys coming back. A lot of guys we got to replace production wise with Kobe Cross, Cole Canatella. I'm losing both of my safeties. So young guys, y'all watching, get ready.
What's next for Coach CT? Do you think you have any aspirations of being a head coach?
I was just thinking that. I was just thinking it because he got this head coach persona.
Yeah.
No.
If it's for me, it's for me. It's gonna happen. I ain't gonna chase it when the time is right. It's gonna happen for me. I ain't chasing it right now. I'm enjoying my time at home with the kids and the family, and not having the obligation of
It's different when you're the head man.
The parents and the fundraising and all that. But if the timing right and it makes sense, man, by all means, I can see myself doing it. I got a son coming up right now. He won't go to Holy Cross. So whatever this thing take me, man, I'm always led by God, and whichever he finds fit for me to do, that's what I do. So we're gonna see where this thing go. But I'm enjoying every minute of it right now, man.
No doubt, man. No doubt. We got to get into Chris's favorites, man. To end the podcast off. Here we go. Favorite football player of all time, no matter what level.
Prime time Deion Sanders.
There you go.
That's who I watched growing up, man.
Go 2-1.
Had them all over my room. I wanted to go to Florida State. I was mad they ain't offer me too. Should have been Florida State and Nicholls.
Favorite sneaker all time.
Favorite sneaker. I never been a real big sneaker head, but if I had to pick one shoe, probably Jordan 1s. The ones. I'd go with the one.
Favorite comedian all time.
We talking movies?
Movies or stand-up?
Bernie Mac.
There you go.
Yeah, baby, we back.
We've been on a little hunt. You know, every podcast we ask this question. He's a Bernie Mac guy. Fred is a Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy.
I like Eddie too. I like
And
Eddie.
I'm a Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker.
Yeah. Rush Hour.
Chris Tucker. Money Talks.
Oh man.
Friday. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And then he did that. I think he did like maybe 3 stand-ups in his career because he turned Muslim.
Yeah.
Person.
Yeah.
So that's always my
That's-
excuse why he didn't take off like he should have because he went Muslim.
That Money Talks. That's one of my favorite too. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. The sneaky one is the one with him and Bruce Willis, Fifth Element.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't even supposed to be a comedy. Like
He made it.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was a character.
Yeah. Favorite movie of all time.
That's a tough one. If we going comedy, I'm gonna go Harlem Nights.
I like it.
I
like it.
Take a roll with it.
Go watch Harlem Nights anytime it's on. I go watch 5 Whole Beats.
Oh
One
yeah.
of my favorites.
Yeah. Classics right there.
In life. Yeah.
There you go.
That's 3 good ones right there.
Yeah.
I like them. Favorite place to visit.
Vegas.
Come on.
I done been all over.
I know.
Europe was real nice, man. Europe was eye-opening. I was in Berlin. Got to travel to Cologne, Frankfurt, Amsterdam. But if I'm just going hang out for the weekend, I can go to Vegas and just chill out.
Gotcha.
Favorite place to live that wasn't Louisiana?
Canada. If I wasn't married, I'd probably still be up there.
For real? You liked it like that?
You know Sammy Joseph?
Yeah.
So I was already up in the league when Sammy signed. Sam was going to Toronto. So he called me up like, CT, what's up with Canada? I said, Sammy, you single? You still young? I said, you might not leave, bro. He started laughing. He wound up staying up there like 8 years after he got done playing.
Come on.
Yeah, it's nice, man. Canada nice.
Okay.
Yeah, if I wasn't married and didn't have kids, I could have stayed out there after my career was done.
That's on my bucket list to get to Canada, man. Like, preferably Toronto.
Toronto.
Yeah,
You
Toronto.
you got to go to Toronto or you got to go to Vancouver, British Columbia.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Last decision.
Favorite coach of all time, no matter what level, that made the most impact on you.
Coach Kelly. When he got to Nicholls, man, my game just elevated. He taught me little small nuances, and he had been seasoned and played at big schools and just knew those small things that really. And if I got a coach that I know he knows his stuff, man, everything he say, I'm hanging on to his word.
Right.
I believe it.
Right.
And he had me right, man. Had me on a whole different level. And then, yeah, Coach Kelly, we still talk to this day.
Toughest receiver you ever had to face, no matter what level. You know, like when you went home that night, you was like, oh, dude gave me the business today. He tough.
Jimmy Smith.
From the Jaguars?
Saw him every day in practice.
Jackson State.
Jimmy Smith. Jay Smooth. Every route looked the same. You know what you was getting.
What he about, 6'2"?
Jimmy 6'1".
6'1"?
6'1". Yeah, a little taller than me.
But he was blazing
But
fast.
he's smooth. It wasn't that fume. It was that boom. I'm gone now. It was it's something to watch, man. But Jimmy had me writing, just going against him every day. Yeah, he was good. Fred was tough.
Stamps?
Man.
Oh yeah.
But I saw Fred in Jacksonville, and I saw him when we was in Edmonton together. So and even just training, Fred one of the best, man.
Some of the best hands I ever seen.
Till this day.
He can still catch it like that? What?
Till this day.
If he was playing in this high school, like if the high school version of him in this high school era now,
you know, Odell really put the one hand stuff on the map, but Fred been doing this back then.
Yes.
For real.
That's crazy. Toughest player you ever coached against. Like when you watching a film leading up to the game, like, man, I don't know how we gonna stop this motherfucker. And then once the game come and you see it in live action, you like, oh yeah, he him.
Yeah.
We can't do nothing with him.
Damn.
College or high school?
That's tough, G. So when I was at Nicholls, we was getting ready to play Kansas, watching Puka.
He ain't play against y'all.
He play against us.
Yeah, you gotta see he was suspended.
Boy, what? Just watching him like, y'all better get ready.
He him.
He him. My son, you watching? He's him. But high school, I haven't seen a player yet, offensive level. I'm like, I don't know.
Right.
But D lineman from St. Aug, just watching him on tape.
Jakim Stewart?
Man,
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
If Chris Thompson didn't choose football for his life, what would Chris Thompson be doing?
So my dad was a trucker, so I might have a trucking business, but I can't see it. This life chose me.
Right.
I was primed for this job, man. So it was meant to be. But if not, I guess I'd have my own trucking business.
I don't see. I see you doing like something like speaking, like
Public speaking?
like
I hate public speaking.
like working for the mayor, the governor. Hey, stuff then popped off. Like, hey, Chris, go out there to go let them know what's going on.
Okay.
The calm and press was like, look, COVID is out, but look, we got free bass.
I always had that calm spirit. I didn't get it from my mom, man. One of my college teammates, he called me Cool Breeze. Like, yeah, you always chill, man. Don't too much get me rattled, man. Like, if you get me rattled, something up. You gotta clear the room. It's going down.
I don't know. You give me private investigator vibes. You know what I mean? I can see you being a private investigator.
Oh, man.
You know, like
River Parish cheaters.
Yeah. He a private investigator.
I'm pulling up with the van.
Yeah. Always dressed in regular clothes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just don't know.
I be chilling, man.
Nah, man, it was good having you on the FanvVew podcast, dog. Been knowing you for a minute, man. I remember when you first got the Nicholls, and you know we came across paths and built that relationship with you, and you know I saw what you did with that DB room. So it wasn't a surprise to me that not only did y'all do a good job at Nicholls, but your DB room flourished while you was there, dog. And I remember like seeing you at camps, and this ain't no shot to no other coaches, but like you know you could tell like some coaches don't know what they're looking at.
Right.
You was always one of the ones that you knew exactly what you was looking at, and you knew who could transition to the next level and actually be productive. You know what I mean? And your room showed that.
Man, I saw greeted Vance at camp as like an 8th grader, 9th grader.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's the best one out here.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Technician,
man, you see it, ain't it?
Yeah.
That film ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
But G, you doing your thing, man. I saw you, like I said, we linked up at Nicholls State, and you've been progressing every year and getting better and better, man.
No doubt.
Keep doing it, man. Stay out of limit for sure.
Appreciate it, man. I don't never take, relationships like that for granted, man. Every time I see you, I always ask about your daughter. I'm hurt, man, that she ain't doing the gymnastics no more, bro.
Man, hurt me too.
Listen. So what? You started showing me when she was about what, 7 or 8?
No, she might have been 5 then, G.
Bro, the stuff she was doing, I used to tell him like, dog, your daughter going to the Olympics.
Did she stop?
Yeah, well,
she had Oscar sliders in her knees, like they got real bad. Like doctor said, she was so explosive or whatever that was
chipping at her patella.
Yeah, so her quad or something wasn't. I don't know what the medical terminology was, but she had real bad Oscar sliders, so she had to fall away from it. But now she's doing basketball and softball. But my son, he just like his sister. Yeah, athletic. He come in backflip out the door, and he was doing that since he was 3 or 4 years old. So maybe pick up the torch and do something with it. We'll see.
Yeah, man. Because I follow you on IG, and usually you would post your daughter, doing the gymnastic, and I ain't see it for a while. And I think it might have been Mardi Gras last year when I saw you on St. Charles Street. Yep. And I was like, man, how your daughter been doing? You was like, man, she ain't doing it no more. And I'm like, what?
You was hurt.
Yeah, I was, because I'm like, I was looking forward to the journey and seeing her, because I'm like, damn, I've been seeing her since she been 5, 6 years old. Right. Never saw her in person, but
you wanted to ride the wave.
Yeah, I wanted to see how this thing was gonna pan. I wanted to see, what I was saying.
On Bowser.
Yeah.
Name
Dominique Dawes.
Yep, Dominique Dawes.
Yeah. So, but like you said, man, everybody path different, and I'm sure she's still gonna find much success in her life, dog. So, man, keep doing your thing over there at Holy Cross, bro. I'm rooting for you, dog. We always locked in, dog.
For sure, appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Oh, anytime, man.
Yep.
This the FanvVew podcast, man. It's G-Sportz. We signing out.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
It's DatBoyFred, host of FanvVew podcast. Tune into the NOTN app, weekdays, 3:30 for the FanvVew podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanvVew podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.